In this podcast, we're going to talk about our new really cool bags that were coming out from Pack Animal. In fact, the backpack is really inspired by old military backpacks. Basically, no gizmos, no gimmicks, just damn good bags. So we're launching this Kickstarter. So there's the backpack, and we're calling these the extra mile bags. So, and because we're really I feel like we've gone extra mile into designing these bags, taking bags that are popular heritage style bags and improving them, giving them a modern interior that's going to last longer, keep your stuff organized. We're doing a duffle too. So I love duffel bags. I was telling you, I got those leather bags down in Mexico and stuff like that. There's nothing to me cooler than having like a matching set. Here's 2 bags that between the 2 of them are going to take care of 90% of what you need. They're going to last forever. So you buy once, they last a long time, and they look damn good. They're going to get better with age, and somebody will want them someday, you know? So we're doing these bags on Kickstarter. Why?
It's a great question.
First of all,
there's pros and cons.
There's pros and cons. A lot of people don't understand what Kickstarter is.
Yes.
Right? A lot of people think Kickstarter is I'm giving up part of my company, selling equity.
Right.
And because you're backing these new startup companies, and a lot of people think that Kickstarter is just only for startups. And a lot of Kickstarter is a company that is just starting out and has never existed before. We started that way. Pack Animal started that way. But there are a lot of companies like ours who just want to launch a new product. And so it is always something new, but it's not necessarily a new company. So when you see a company doing it on Kickstarter, launching a product on Kickstarter, and you go, wait, you guys have been around 5 years. What are you doing back on Kickstarter? It's a way to really, it's more than just a marketing channel. I don't even think of it so much as that. It's a platform. There's a community there that you can reach in a way you really can't other ways. The idea is we can, before we go out and make the bags, because we could go do that, we get a test. We get feedback on our designs. People will say, I love this, I'll support it, but maybe do this, maybe do that, maybe change this or that about it. Also, we get to find out like colorways. So we're going to offer 3 colorways. Maybe there's demand for 4 colorways. Maybe there's only demand for 2 colorways. And
maybe even above that, demand in general for the thing. Maybe it does fine. You know, it turns out this isn't super great. People aren't loving it. Or it's like, it did $1 million its first day. Everyone loves this.
You're going to be able to back the backpack, the duffel bag, or the combo set. And so if you see high engagement and kind of backing on all those products, you go, okay, we got to win. But you get to delve into that a little bit. Then you get to send a survey to your people. And so there's a lot of, and we didn't know this when we started, I don't think.
When you start your company, all of that is insanely invaluable, it's priceless.
The other thing is, I think it creates that community. The people who have supported Tobacco and Pack Animal Kickstarters really are our super fans. They like getting in early on the news and seeing what's new. Mm-hmm. And then
they like the great price they get.
They like that they get an amazing price when we launch on Kickstarter. The ones who have been along, they like to see that ride that we're going on. They like to know that we're hustling to try to create these things and do them right and stuff like that, and that they get to know us through that process because we're sending out updates and saying this is how it's going on. And we really treat the people who support these projects, we hold them in very high esteem, like among our general customers, because
especially those first ones, because we had no track record. We were just random. Hey, give us money.
Shot in the dark for anybody back in somebody
had no idea our quality or nothing. Yeah.
So I mean, and this very podcast is named after them. It's the Builder Podcast, and we call those people who help us out builders, right? And so the builders will back us early and make it possible for us to expand the product line and discover new things. And what the Kickstarter does, another reason, just to put a finer point on it, is it's kind of an event.
Yeah, there's a start date and a time, and that's a very, very important time. So people will get in the second it goes live. And if we're late
Early
by
birds.
4 minutes,
Yeah.
they'll email you like, hey, where's the project? I want to get in there, buy it now. And so there's a definitive start time, a definitive end time, and then there's a very public counter of exactly how much you've sold to the dollar.
Yeah.
And so people can check in there at any time and see exactly how many days are left in the event and how much money has been raised. And so it'll tell you like, whoa, 10,000, 20,000. And if you do your job right, when you launch it, it's insane because you just watch that counter just go brrr, just through the roof.
But you got to do some pre Kickstarter work. Yeah. Well, I mean, we didn't think about a lot of things early on. I mean, we're here by the grace of God in some reasons, and just pure
the water was
grit.
so low in the lake that every single little pebble was poking through the surface.
Yeah.
And so there was so much to snag on. And so then the water fills up slowly, and so now there's less that just poking through the surface. That's more of a danger.
Yeah, and
a metaphor.
Oh yeah, good metaphor. Yeah, we can now we know where all the, but the memory of that time still is there, and like we know where the
on those hot days when there's no
and we freaking just go, oh man, sometimes you just don't know if it's gonna pan out, and I think
I never even thought that. I never thought I was like, I don't know, maybe just. I was driving, and so I wasn't navigating, right?
Yeah.
I'm just driving, foot's on the gas, I'm just steering. If I thought, as long as there's gas in the tank, we're moving forward.
Dude, talk about a good metaphor for it. At first, it was like babies driving a car that they can't even see over the dashboard.
Yeah, I can hear the wind coming through the crack in the window, so I know we're moving. But
I know we put it in gear, and I'm just going down a hill.